now. So the only question now is, what tips do we have for people who are discouraged about today's market, right? They're going in, Scott, you had mentioned there's only like 400 listings on Oahu. There's like 300 listings on the Big Island that has like 1/10 the population of Oahu or something like that. So that's way out, right? It's way out. So, so let's talk now about, let's shift. So what do you do, right? So what do you do? How do you, okay, and you want to buy. So how do you make this process work? Scott, why don't you start us off on this one? What do you tell someone that, okay, I get it, Scott, I've decided I'm going to buy, I'm going to pay what I'm going to pay, this is my price, etc. But man, the market's crazy. What do we do? What kind of things do I need to know to thrive and do well in today's kind of crazy market? I am going to buy. Now what?
Yeah, I mean, it's just an education in the process. Part of what our job is to give you the information so you can make the best decision. If I don't come in and give you examples and tell you stories, hey, we're up 22%. Okay, what does that mean? Right? I'm going to give you stories and explain to you, hey, okay, we're buying an Ocean Point. The last five clients I've worked with on the buy side, we've been competing between 10 and 15 offers, and we've been $75,000 over asking. I'm just throwing weird numbers out and just making stuff up. But I'm going to sit down and explain to you, this is what you should expect. Here's your situation. How do we try to get you into the best position possible? And it's just it's an information sharing process. And a lot of times what happens is people have to get rejected once or two times to go, oh, okay, light bulb goes off. Now I see what you're talking about. So it's working with someone who's been in the business for a long time, who knows how to position your contract in the right way, make you understand that market, get you comfortable with what's going on in the market, so it doesn't feel so just like a big shock and out of the norm, and slowly walk you through that process.
So here's what's come out of me and of all these discussions, of all these, thanks to you folks, I've become an educated enough to be dangerous person, outsider in the market. But look, what I've caught from what you're saying is that I think sometimes we think that the buying process is somewhat mechanical, somewhat like the way you go buy a car, or like something like that, or you go out and you walk into a store, or we're, because of COVID, we're used to kind of clicking on a button and saying buy, and buy and insert credit card, and something shows up on your doorstep a few days later. But what I've caught from you guys is saying that no, the buying process here requires, kind of a good understanding from what's going on, but also you really have to kind of understand what things that you want, who's the seller, what kind of, as much as you can know about the seller and what do they want, how can you make your offer as appealing as possible? What sort of little tweaks do you kind of want to operate? Do you know everybody? What's the network like? Because it's not like buying something on Amazon. We get fooled, right? Because we think that we buy, it's like Amazon. Oh yeah, so there's Zillow, so I can kind of click on buy, right? And just kind of buy the house. No, it doesn't work that way. There's a lot of human factors to it. Dylan, why don't you kind of, I think you guys have got some great stories on the human factors, because I think that's the key about this and people don't understand. And again, not to give us the pitch that, yes, you want to work with us as realtors. Well, I'm not a realtor, but Dylan and Scott are realtors, and we're not here. Obviously, we're here because we want you to buy from us, but it's not so much, buy from us. It's that you want to be with an expert who has done this before and understands the human factor.